Yeah, Shari, you were talking about that path, and I want to let everyone know this isn't a scene that naturally occurs in nature. This is that path that Shari was talking about. This is where contractors actually had to clear all of this vegetation to be able to gain access to that canal that you can see out there in front of you. And when this process started and I started reporting on the canal cleanup process, when it first began, Canal residents said they were worried that removing all of this vegetation would actually destroy some of the environment of our native species. But tonight, as you heard Shari say, the topic's on erosion. It's a concern not only for people here on the canal, but also city council chambers.
I would have rather put a pause on it for, and I said last night, a month, and looked at our restoration efforts before we continued with that.
A pause. Cape Coral Council member Tom Hayden recommended city staff look at addressing possible erosion concerns along the canals that Cape Coral Friends of Wildlife member Lori Bullcock showed me.
And I'm sure they entered it because there was some debris.
Now you can see it's mostly bare. The reason Bullcock feels will cause future erosion.
When the rains come, and you know how the rains here are in the summer, look, what's going to happen? Look at all this dirt. It's going to go.
But after Bullcock's members brought those concerns to council members Tuesday, Hayden tells other members disagreed that there needed to be a 1-month pause, saying canal debris removal already slated to end in the next 2 weeks.
The thing that concerned me as staff spoke, that we didn't really have a plan in place on how we might restore the banks and places where we remove trees and other shrubberies.
Debris removal on banks across the Cape. Hey, Lori, so where are we headed next? Like these Bullcock showed me.
A concern about massive erosion.
Interim Cape Coral City Manager Michael Chisholm says, for context, the city has never had to do a job as big as what Ian left behind.
We've had this before, and we have not had to go out on large scales and perform dredging from erosion that occurs from a bank.
Do you feel that there should have been a plan like this already possibly created before you do start doing the debris cleanup?
I don't know that I feel that way right now.
Hayden agrees the city has never faced storm cleanup like this. A response Lori Bullcock continues to say has now caused city contractors to remove too much from the banks.
Because they're small, they could have just come right around here, come in here, pulled it out, and left. And over again, they keep going.
Well, and Councilmember Hayden tells me, though, that he feels confident after having that conversation with council members earlier this week that they will come back with a restoration plan. And moving forward, we also heard city staff say that if they do start to see any sort of erosion impact here on these canals, there are different ways that they can get funding to be able to correct that. So this is a story, obviously, that we're going to continue to follow very closely, and you can trust Fox 4 to give you the latest details. Live in Cape Coral tonight, Colton Chavez, Fox 4.